Going live. I think I'm live. Hi. Welcome to Tarot and Tea Tuesday. And it is the last day, according to the calendar, of 2024. So it's also a new moon as of 9:45 this morning in Capricorn. So sun and moon are cruising together, but the moon is just a little bit ahead of the sun now, I think. So yeah, lots of newness going on and the perfect time for a tarot reading. I've chosen the tea today based on my midsummer solstice romp around Leanne Chinook with Jessie. It is St. John's wort, or as I was reading earlier, also known as St. Joan's wort. To look into that a little bit more. So I've been making things with the last harvest and I was thinking, why don't I have it as tea? I had a quick look at some of the properties specific to St. John's wort to do with having it as a tea. Washing wounds, which is what I use the oil for and the ointments for, like skin care and wound healing, burns, things like that, bruises, varicose veins, whatever. That normal stuff. Also to do with mood regulation, especially anxiety, depression. So in the tea form, it works in all of those same ways, but probably just in a milder way. But also reduces swelling when it's as a warm tea. And I've been feeling pretty puffy. It could be the progress of my menopausal symptoms to do with progesterone. I don't know, but I've been really puffy for like a couple of months now, and especially this morning. This morning was particularly bad. So I thought, perfect. I'm playing with St. John's wort, St. Joan's wort, as I might start calling it. And I've got tarot and tea coming, and it's perfect. So let's have a taste of it. I haven't actually tried it yet. Ooh, let's put that aside. This is my new Harry Potter cup. Hogwarts, hoggy Hogwarts. Oh, it's a bit hard to see. But cheers to St. Joan's wort. Tastes like a mountainside, if that's even possible. You can taste it. There's a little bit of tanniny kind of taste in it. It's quite like, I've been getting a bit phlegmy there's one spot in my walk. I've got to figure this out. Every time I get to this particular place on my walk, I cough a bit and I get really phlegmy. And it's unfortunately just before I go up this really steep hill at the end of my walk. So I'm coughing and spluttering on the way up. I think there's a pollen there or something. It's only just started happening recently. So I got to suss that out. But so I've been feeling like a bit phlegmy, but this is just kind of cleansing all of that. So the tannins are good for that. Oh. Which is probably why it's good for wound healing. But yeah, it's a really earthy kind of taste. It's got a bit of a pink tinge to it, so not unlike the red oil in that it's sort of more red than yellows coming out of that. Anyway, delicious. I highly recommend it. Just a couple of things with St. Joan's wort. It does interact with a lot of medication. So if you're going to have more than just one cup of tea randomly, you need to talk to a health professional or do some research for yourself if you're so inclined. But it can be really dangerous if not taken with respect for other things that you're taking as well. And if you do have anything to do with St. John's wort regularly, aside from the topical application like tablets or tea, make sure it's only for a short term. If you're doing it daily, I think 10 weeks or 12 weeks, a couple of months is what I usually say to people. Anyway, be very careful with its use. If you want any hot tips, give me a call. But here's to that. And hopefully the swelling going down, because it's nothing worse than feeling puffy in the heat. It's not comfortable. It's not good. So the cards we're working with today, I use these a lot in my readings for other people. Because, and same with, prior to these, it was the Druidcraft Tarot that So the artist Will Worthington, who did these cards, the Wildwood, also did the Druidcraft Tarots. And it's the way that this artist speaks to me, the symbolism in these cards. Oh, I've got to try to get the angles right. The symbolism in these cards is just striking. The vividness of the imagery, the movement in the imagery, you can see that there. He's just a really great artist. It puts so much into each image. They move me, they speak to me. And I was digging through my tarot trunk and couldn't find anything. And I was like, you know what, let me use my regular ones. So here we are, the cusp of the calendar changing moment at midnight this very evening. We've got a new moon in Capricorn, a lot of newness going on. So let's think about that. I didn't get any specific questions today. I'll do one quick check again. No specific questions today. So we're just going to look at the newness that is unfolding. So let's pick a card. Aha, okay. This card, look at that for an image. Oh, let me get it in there a little bit so you can get a good look at it. Oh, the angles and the lighting. I need a director. Where are you, my director? You were texting me before. Okay, so what you can see in this card, it's very clearly the image of somebody helping a younger person learn how to shoot this arrow from this bow. I love that image in the back. It reminds me of, wait, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, so this is the 10 of Wands, I'm assuming, because there's 9 in the back, and then there's the 10th one coming across here. They call it arrows in this deck. I do like that image in the back. I often use the Aegis Yalmer as a protection symbol. So, yeah, there's a sense there of stability and protection and safety with that symbol for me personally. If you don't know what the Aegis Yalmer is, have a look. You've probably seen it. It's I think it translates as the helm of Or, and it's been used for a very long time. It's called a bind rune, so it's made up of a bunch of different runes to create a symbol of a magical symbol called a bind rune that helps with protection. And this is one of the runes it's made up of is the Algiz rune, which you can see each of these is one of those. So it's like a line going up with, it looks like a bird footprint. So it's like a Y with the line in the middle, 3-pronged sort of thing going on. You can see that there. And the Algiz, whenever I think of Algiz, I think of bird footprints in the sand, and that makes me think of Valkyrie. They're symbols of the Valkyrie, which are the shield maidens of Odin that come and collect the dead from the battlefield to take home to Valhalla. But and it's interesting too that this has come up because I'm reading a book called The Valkyrie by Kate Hartfield, and it's this incredible story about this disgruntled Valkyrie that's been banished from Valhalla and the service of Odin and banished to Earth after centuries of being his shield maiden, and her experience on Earth, falling in love, but also what it means to bring power into human existence. And when I think about, this idea of, this time of year, a lot of people are wanting to make changes. They're wanting to set resolutions and give themselves restrictions and motivation and strict guidelines, and and really what it all boils down to is, at this time of year, everybody wants to be better. They want to be better than what they are. So when I'm seeing this today, and the Algiz rune reminding me of the Valkyrie and the book that I'm reading, and this card, like this man instructing this older man, grandfather, instructing this young person to shoot, to aim for what they want and shoot for what they want. It is making me think of that thing where, if the Valkyrie is coming in my story that I'm reading at the moment by Kate Hartfield, Valkyrie bringing all of this power and wisdom and, understanding from Valhalla to Earth, and then having to live in a different reality with all of that, and that transition period of going, okay, how does that all translate into this realm? I feel like that's a very similar journey of the resolution, or the hope, the wish, the dream, the goal, these intentions that we set for ourselves, is a bit like that, like taking something from this mysterious realm where anything can happen, where possibility is endless. There's immortality, there's, all of this amazingness that comes into us and inspires us to be better. But then often what happens is, and I see this a lot, especially working with nutrition and with people making adjustments to their diets at this time of year particularly, is that there is all of this motivation and power in why they want to change and how they want to be better, and they're going to be disciplined. They've got all of these like goals set for themselves, and they're ready to take it on. But then there's this like fall from grace almost, like, then you're like, holidays are over, routine's back, and suddenly it's like, I can't, I just, something overwhelms you. Maybe you need some St. John's wort to help with the anxiety and the stress or the depression that might come from it. But the point is that I feel like at this time of year, it's easy to set unrealistic goals, but that shouldn't stop us from looking beyond the mundane into the magical and find what we want to be aiming for. Now, in this card, you can't see the target. It can't be seen. And I feel like this is kind of the point. It's not about what we're shooting for. It's about how we hold ourselves and how we direct ourselves and that movement that's involved. And it's about tapping into the wisdom of what has already been, like remembering what you've tried before. So this grandfather could represent our own experience of the past, our culture's experience of the past, our community's experience of the past, or it could actually be listening to the stories of others, listening to the wisdom of your ancestors, and allowing that to guide how your arm is going to be and how your feet are planted on the ground. They're not actually telling you what to aim for. They're just telling you how to stand in yourself so that whatever you aim for, you have a better chance of getting. So I would like to, in summary, I would like that to be what we focus on at this new moon, new calendar year transition, is not what you're aiming for, but how you're aiming for what you want to aim for. So here's to that. Cheers. And dare I say it, happy calendar new year. Delicious.